you guys. Okay, so I'm making my coconut recipe that has the honeysuckle infused oil in. And remember, I'm only putting the honeysuckle fragrance oil in the embeds. The main batch will not have any of the fragrance oil. It'll just have the infused oil with all the goodness at the bottom that will create the smell. And what I have found is in order to get it to stick, I need to have something that has the fragrance oil in it, and that embed is probably all it would need to keep it sticking good with the infused oil only. Um, Last year when I made honeysuckle, I made it first without fragrance oil because I didn't have any at the time. And I could smell it that morning. The next day it had faded and gone. And so I got some honeysuckle fragrance oil really quickly, a sample, and I tried it, and it worked and really good. And then because I used the fragrance oil in the second batch, I put the two different, as they were curing on my rack, I put the two in between each other. Like one bar was regular and one had the infused and stuff. And by the time they were cured, without actually having any fragrance oil in the one with infused oil, it had a wonderful honeysuckle natural smell and actually was better than the one with the fragrance oil. So this is different this year because I am actually using fragrance oil in the embeds, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, on to soaping. And now, kaolin clay, finely ground oatmeal, and coconut flour. And I'm going to stir this here and get all this really good and stirred in. Burp my blender and stick blend this before I add the lye in. Now for my lye. And now to get this stirred in. And to get my blender back out. Burp it. And now for the infused part of that. That was the liquid part of the infused oil. It all comes from the plant. This is where the smell comes from. This is what all that pollen from the honeysuckle blossoms are leaving now that I've infused it. And a heavy cream. And a stick blend once more. Scrape down so I can mix my colors. I do want a lot of white. Not that it's really going to be white, because this will turn it darker than white. Might have a creamy look. It's the infused oil stuff does that. Makes it look darker. And start with this one. That's all I need for that one. Don't want to overstick blend any of the titanium dioxide stuff, because titanium dioxide will thicken it rather quickly. This will be easier today because I have similar colors. The next will be the light yellow. And again, it won't look as light. Next color will be a little bit darker of a yellow. Okay, one more color and then I'm done with the stick blender. And this is an orangey pink. And saving a little bit of the natural color. Okay, now I will start with white. Some of the darker yellow. I have Goldenrod from Be Scented and TKB Trading's True Yellow. And then yellow. Canary Yellow and TKB Trading's Pearl Yellow. And a little bit of Au Naturel. And for my little tool, I'm experimenting with this still, so I'm going to do one swipe. Down this way and up. I'm not going to slosh it this time, just going to move it carefully out of my way. And with this one here. White. Orange. Now, the orange has the Ye Old Neon Orange from TKB Trading and Pearl Pink from TKB Trading. This gives it a little circle there. One more back through the center, just a little. So working on perfecting my bubble wand swirl. I guess that's what I should call it. Now for the second layer. Just titanium dioxide that's oil-based. I'm not the water-based. This one's getting quite full here. Oops, I think I forgot this a while ago for this one. Got it in there now. Okay, and to the top, swirl around and back. Carefully move this aside. Carefully bring this over. And more white. Orange. Golden yellow. A lighter yellow. It's getting thick on me. No color. Bring it down through here. And back up. One more round for this. And to get it swirled this way and back that way. Now I'm going to move this one out of my way. I will finish up the other ones before I finish up this one. It can just use a little bit more, but I need to get the littler molds filled with some colors. Here we go. Start with white. I don't want a lot of white on the bottom because this is what you see with the colors. So here we go. My camera phone fell off of the suction cup thingamajiggy that holds it onto the mirror and into my soap batter just after I tell you that I am making a mess. I think I messed up my phone and I'm trying to dry it out, so see if I can fix my sound, but my sound's not working. So here I'm actually finishing filling up those individual molds, and then I'm going to get my silicone knife and just scrape down the what's the bottom of it, of the soap, because that's actually the top is bottom of the soap once I unmold it. And I'm getting ready to finish filling up my main thing too, and then I'll have to wait a couple hours. And through the time of video land, you see me instantly ready to start piping. And my piping batter never really thickened up at that point in time how I would have liked, but it was still a little loose. But I think that works great with this particular embed, that it's a little loose. I just did not want to stick blend the color into the piping batter so I wouldn't mess up any of the colors in the main batch. And so that's the reason, I guess, it just did not get thick any sooner. But it works in the end. And here I'm going to be putting 2 more layers onto that one. And I'm got the smooth of this one now. As you can see, everything went great and smooth, and I didn't really have any popping issues this particular time, and it worked out great. And here I'm just trying to make sure there's evenly on each side because of the way I know it's going to cut. And I have to put the leftover honeysuckle batter. Now, I don't know if the piping batter has as strong of a honeysuckle scent in it because it was, there was less of that good stuff in it. But this embeds that or have the fragrance oil should help it as well. Now for the cutting video. So I'm releasing the sample molds that I got from the leftover piping batter, and now I'm releasing the one that I froze from the purple, and I'm releasing the individual ones that are so easy to release, and they smell wonderful, by the way. And this one here is the 1 pound from Brambleberry, and I do use sea salt to help release it easier, but I'm pressing on the sides and it'll release the seal, and like I am with this one too, and pressing on the bottom too, and that helps it. But on this big one, I have to pull on both sides to get it to release good, but it's still too soft, so I'll bring you back for the cutting video. I'm bringing you back to the cutting video here and showing you how the swirls work. Some of the swirls look great, and some of the swirls are very pale looking. The scent did not stick in the 1 pound mold or the tall and skinny mold. It just might be there was so much. Now I am going to be putting the embeds between them that has the fragrance oil in them to help it get stronger. Plus I'll probably end up making another 1 pound batch of soap that I can cut into little sample sizes and stick that between them as well to help increase the fragrance in the natural fragrance in the infused oil come out a little stronger. And that's what happened last time. Last time I totally lost the scent in them at all, and I couldn't smell the honeysuckle smell anymore. And I bought the fragrance oil and I made the soap and stuck it between each other, and it brought it back, and the one that was the regular infused oil smelled better. And so that's what I'm trying to achieve again. And anyway, now my microphone on my cell phone seems to work okay when I'm making a voice memo and when I receive a call and when I'm talking on it. It works okay. But when I'm recording a video, the microphone is not picking up me talking well enough to actually be able to be heard here. And so I have that contract with the phone for at least another year and a half. And so that is what it is. And I'll have to work with it. And I'm going to say bye now. So bye.